Welcome back, everybody. We are at Big Lots today, and it looks like, unlike some of the other stores who are putting things out piecemeal, they've got pretty much an entire selection for us to take a look at today. So let's go ahead and dive right in, starting with this animatronic. Now, unfortunately, it did have a try me button, but it was not working. So I don't know what he does. I'm guessing his mouth moves. He probably says something. But maybe they'll have more information on the website. I do like that little bird on his shoulder, but let's push him out of the way because we have a pretty cool looking wreath here. It's got the nice black and purple coloring on it, but I really like that spiderweb background in it. And of course here we have some dish towels, as we see everywhere. And these sort of animated picture frames are pretty popular these last few years. They have a couple of different designs. But I'm pretty sure these are the same ones that we've seen in previous years. So that's a little bit of a shame. I would have liked to have seen some more design on that. I do like the look of this candlestick though. The black makes it a little hard to see some of the detail, but look at that skeleton hand at the bottom and the skulls that form the base. If they just made those a little bit of a different color and it stood out a little bit more, it would be a little bit better of a prop. All right, hocus pocus, I need coffee to focus. I'm not sure why we want to see that on the spine of some books. And the string makes it look like sort of old-timey school books. I'm not sure that's a look that we all want. And what about this mirror here? I don't know why they couldn't have put an actual mirror in it. It just, I mean, what's the point? It doesn't do anything. It just sits on the shelf and it's not real. Don't like that at all. A couple more book options here. This one actually looks more like books. It must light up, probably the skull eyes there. Unfortunately, there's not a try me button on it. But there is a lot that we are going to get to try in just a moment. Unfortunately, we are starting with this doorbell and it does not work. But we've all seen it by now. You know, the eye pops open and it probably says something. This is a nice take on the chainsaw. That red coloring really makes it stand out. Over here we have a hearse. Now that hearse looks kind of metal-like we've seen in the home goods stores, but it's not. It's more of a fabric, very lightweight, interesting. I'm pretty sure we took a look at that last year as well. It's very interesting with all the windows that light up. If you look closely in the windows, you'll see little monsters. Here we have a little ring around the rosy animatronic. Could definitely be creepy in the right setting. Over here we've got a little toy outhouse and a snake. The outhouse unfortunately doesn't seem to be working right, but we will take a look at that a little bit later. And of course we have this snake here. Let's take a look at him a little bit closer. $35. It's not an awful price because this is a very cool looking prop. You're going to sit that somewhere. You have the skull with the snake wrapped around it and it pops up to scare people. That's a pretty neat prop. I like it. Here we've got a light up skull. Let's see what it does. If I can find one that works. There we go. And I like how the colors change. It draws your eye to it, and it's got an interesting design face with some missing teeth and whatnot. Flying ghost, and what is this guy? Okay, well he moves. Let's go ahead and put him on the floor and see what he does. At first, I thought he was like in a boat, but I guess that's a coffin, so he's just sort of walking his coffin along the floor, maybe. I guess that makes more sense than a boat. But he is wearing like some sunglasses and there's a light on the front. Maybe it is supposed to be a boat. I don't know what it is. Let's move on to more traditional things. We have a tarot card sign. I wish I had that last year. $6 is not a bad price. You can get signage in more standard sayings if you want as well. And then not really sure what this is. It lights up, just a little display box. For your kitchen, you can get your Pick Your Poison Cauldron sign. This one's tin looking. And then you have a similar home, spooky home. We have a scale over here. I don't think it actually works, but it looks pretty nice. And we've seen similar pumpkins to this at the at-home store with the stamped effect on it. Not really a fan of that. And my house is scarier than yours. Not really a fan of that either. It's just kind of cheesy. And these baby doll heads have been out for a few years. It was kind of effective at first, but it's losing its effectiveness rapidly at being scary. I do like the color on that skull though. And look, if you have a dog, you can give him some toys. I guess maybe cats play with these too. I don't know. It's a pet toy. I like that balloon. But they've got the usual horror creatures here. I love this Beetlejuice shrunken head though. That is adorable. And you've got Beetlejuice hiding back there as well, along with Pennywise and Freddy. And your dog or cat or pet will be thrilled. All right, moving down. Good, nice centerpiece. I think they've done a pretty good job with the purples and the blacks this year. I think the price point on these is not awful. It's $20. You get all that decor and a candle that works. Assuming it works, you probably have to provide your own battery. But I'm DIYing some centerpieces now. They probably aren't going to look that good and cost just as much. Not really a fan of what I assume that is supposed to be like a crystal ball. I like how it's held by the skeleton hands, but with nothing inside it, it just looks cheap. I was not expecting that hand to pop up from the book. I don't know why. It should have been obvious, but I guess that's a sign of a good prop. Okay, some more light up skulls. The bird on here is a little bit glittery for my taste, but this is different. I don't think I've seen the skull with a spider coming out of his eyeball before. It kind of looks like a blob. They could have made that a little more defined, but it was a good idea. And here we have an outhouse. I think this one actually works. Let's check it out.
Anybody got some TP? Oh, wait. Here's some.
All right, not too bad. I'm not really a fan of those things, though. Toilet humor, I suppose it is. All right, what is this? A witch's brew. Makes a little bit of noise, kind of hard to hear, kind of hard to see. Not a huge fan of that. I love this pillow, though, with the help me. Kind of looks like might be somebody inside pressing against the pillowcase. It's only $12, and it actually was super soft. I would just be afraid of getting that thing kind of dirty, but it is a beautiful pillow, and there are a lot of other pillows you can choose from. If that doesn't float your boat, float your skeleton boat, I guess I should say, coffin boat. But which, please? All right, let's move on. I actually bought this floor mat for my Day of the Dead theme. It's not exactly Day of the Dead or Haunted Mansion, but the flowers kind of make it feel that way. Okay, come on. No, that's an absolute no. I assume that this little doll is supposed to ride the tricycle. Not working, unfortunately. But I think we've got some dolls that do. I don't think the rocking horse doll should be singing Ring Around the Rosie. Here is a coffin with a animatronic skeleton. He does pop up to a sitting position. I know that because I saw him last year. However, this one doesn't even have a price or a box or anything. It might just be a holdover from that display. And this spider doesn't seem to work either. I assume his eyes light up. It's got an interesting color. And I couldn't make the zombie work either. I guess he kind of looks like he might be a crawling zombie, or maybe he just sits there. I don't know. We may never know. But if I come back and find him working, I'll let you know. Another doll here.
Don't you want to play? Come closer. I I've got a secret.
Okay, the one blinking yellow eye. I hope that was just a defect in that one, because that's kind of sad. The secret is, it's a sad looking little prop. We saw the wolf last year, I think, for the first time. It's got a great detail, a great howl. I think that is a good prop. I think we saw this guy last year too. Let's press the button. Okay, well, he's got some good movement to him, I guess. And here we have an inflatable. I don't know if we've seen inflatables at Big Lots before. I think I remember hearing about some Big Lots had them. I don't think I've ever seen one. $100 is a bit pricey for this archway. I'd prefer it to be at like the $80 price point, but what are you going to do? All right, we have the animated broom that is not on display, and here is the animated scarecrow that we can see is $115. Again, I think that might be a little high. I would like to see that as well, more at the like $80 price point. All right, what does this do?
Yes, come closer. Come right up. This way.
I think that's just a wall hanging. And then we have our light switch that makes noise. All right, here is a sign on a stick with a weird curve in it that I don't think you really see in nature. And it doesn't work. I assume the light here just lights up. It probably makes some noise. Those signs probably light up as well. When we press the try me button, it actually makes a ghost go. I do like the ghost. I like how the skull blinks in it. It's got a great presence. Did you notice how it chews? I think this tombstone has a design flaw. I'm not sure why that white line goes down the center. It's nice that it had some movement, although it didn't look very realistic. It looked very cheesy. And speaking of cheesy, I'm not sure how I feel about the eyes on this skeleton. He looks very... The skeleton himself looks cool, but the eyes, it's almost okay, but it looks very digital. All right, the next style over here has more of the home decor. We have another wreath here. Welcome, my pretties. This is kind of your standard Halloween fare. Got a door sign here, Happy Halloween. And then just some wooden art that you can place around your house. This actually is pretty big. I kind of like that. Has good presence. Not too expensive, nothing in Big Lots is, except for maybe some of the animatronics and inflatables. Here we have a witch cup. Do people actually use these, or are they just decorative? I'm not sure. A couple of tea light candle holders in different designs. That spider was kind of fun. And a coffee or drink cup. And a very interesting crackle finish. All right, moving on. We have, of course, our gnomes. You can't have Halloween these years anymore without a gnome. And then just some more signage that you can place around your house. Table runner. Hey there, pumpkin. Oh, snap. I'm not sure what they were thinking with some of the wording that they put on these. Hey there, pumpkin. I mean, come on. I don't know who their target audience is for this stuff. But then again, I don't shop at Big Lots all that often, so maybe I'm just not their target audience. The ghosts holding the banners, again, seeing a lot of that this year. And these sort of retro-looking cat and pumpkins are very reminiscent of what we see at Target. Moving on, we've got a sign here that I think lights up, Home Sweet Haunted Home. And look at all this stuff. I love the coloring on this, and the lettering on these blocks here is pretty nice. It's very Halloween and spooky and elegant at the same time. And if you look closely, there's some bats along the top of it as well. Now these urns with the stacked pumpkins can get really expensive. I would expect to pay something like $50 at Michael's for that. But here, $35, not a bad price. We have another candle holder with spiders. I really love spiders on the candles for some reason. I think that just works for me. That and spiders just go with everything, so you can't go wrong with it. And this is $9. All right, we've got some little light up tchotchkes. We'll just move along. Not sure what that hocus pocus thing is, just another sign. But these caught my eye. They are block letters, it looks like. You can spell out boo, or you can spell out eek. And if you're careful, you could spell out book, I guess. You have to buy a couple sets. All right, more weird sayings on pumpkins and dotted pumpkins and striped pumpkins. The sort of thing that you can find anywhere these days, so just look for the best price if that's your thing, I guess. I like this bowl. Eat, drink, and be scary. We see that all over the place, but not on a cool-looking bowl that you can actually use. I like how it was on that little stand. All right, moving on, we've got lighting. We've got string lights and little globe lights. String lights in multiple different colors. You could put it on a fence. What else can we do with it? We can get spiders, multicolors, some string lights in different things. There's a ghost and a pumpkin.
From my laboratory.
Okay, gotta turn those off quickly so we don't get demonetized or copyright claimed. So what else have we got here? Some string lights. They've got little beads and things on some of these, which make it a little bit more interesting. But I think for small lights like that, you're never even going to really notice such a detail. But maybe it helps justify the price because you can get those little string lights at the Dollar Tree. All right, the projection. Oh, I like how it changes colors from red to blue. Probably multiple colors after that. I've never really noticed that before because I don't use those myself. All right, pathway lights. We've seen those everywhere. And a strobe light that makes noise. I think I would prefer my strobe light to be silent and let me make my own noise. But that pretty much does it for the Halloween. Here we have some fall decor just to take a quick peek at if that is your thing. They do have several aisles, so I'm actually kind of thinking of maybe doing my inside in just a generic fall decor this year. I know that's awful of me to say. I usually make my house look different every year, but I've just got so much going on this year that I might just keep it nice and easy. If you're interested in checking out my Halloween house tours, inside and out, be sure to check out my other videos and playlists. But that'll do it for today, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more Halloween store walkthroughs, product reviews, DIYs, and so forth. So until then, take care, stay safe, and happy haunting.